Your buddy Robert Irwin. He's right here. He's now a bona fide sex symbol.
Incredibly proud. Look at this, mate. Look at this. Look at this.
Dance with me, Robert. Dance with me now.
No, let's see it there. Come on, give it. I tell you, if there's one thing that this Dancing with the Stars experience has taught me, it's that, you know, I never thought I could rock a rhinestone or the sequins, but here we are. No, it's so funny because, like, my day job, I'm covered in mud in my uniform, I'm jumping on crocodiles, it's so completely different, but I never thought I could spread my message, you know, as a wildlife conservationist through dance. How crazy in this world of Hollywood, but here we are. It's amazing.
What you're doing it, my man. And next week is Halloween week. I just interviewed Jen and Jan at the rehearsal, and that's why I saw you again.
Yeah, I
Bro,
saw you.
You got to tease me. What is going for next week? What do you got in store for next week?
We have got something really cool. We've got an Argentine tango. A Hampton string quartet version of Sweet Dreams are made of this, which is real spooky, real intense, real passionate. I'm tapping into a side of myself I've never really seen before. So Whitney and I, my dance partner and I, we're working so hard to try and find that, but it's hard. It's a hard dance. Man, the joints are like, woo, I am feeling it this week. I'm a little bit battered and bruised. All those kicks and flicks, 50% of my day is just spent trying not to kick each other, you know, but it's fun. It's going to be a good one, mate. Spooky, scary.
Listen, I just interviewed Russell, and I was like, yo, Russell, do you know that when you hit the carpet, people went crazy, but there was another person who hit the carpet, and he went crazy. He said, who? I said, he's right there next to you. That's when he went over and gave me that. I said, listen, are you witnessing the sexy, bona fide Robert Irwin era right now? He said, I have been watching every week, and he's so proud of you. I said, is he ready for bona fide sex symbol? He said, Robert's so innocent in his heart. He said he's not even thinking of it like that, but I am very proud of him. What do you think about those words that he said about you?
It means the world. You know, Russell has been someone in our lives who's really just always been there for us. You know, he was a great mate of my dad's, and through thick and thin, you know, he's always been there. He's an incredible human being and someone that is certainly an inspiration to me and someone I've looked up to for a long time, you know. And I'm incredibly grateful for his support on this dancing journey, and it's actually been really cool because, like, Russell will message after a performance and go, wow, this was, instead of just saying, oh, great dance, he'll really delve into the detail of, okay, these steps were great, loved the lines, loved the clarity and the storytelling. Like, to really get that very in-depth feedback is amazing, and it really means a lot, because really what I'm trying to do, I'm not a dancer, I'm trying to tell my story through dance. I'm trying to spread my message of positivity and passion, enthusiasm through dance, and Russell being there to support that is fantastic. And I tell you what, this film, you know, hearing about it, and this is my first time seeing it, but you know, it is one that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and I think it's a story that is still, you know, very much relevant today and very important to tell, and I really commend Russell for the way he's telling this story. It's amazing.
Yeah, from his accent to even learning the language of German, he is nailing it. But before I get on him, I'll ask you this though. Can we convince Russell to possibly get on Dance? Can you even imagine a world? Imagine a world where Russell's even on Dancing with the Stars?
I don't know. I tell you, the world of Dancing with Stars, it is crazy. But you know what's cool about it? It's like this family vibe. Because my sister, I never would have thought in a million years she would have done Dancing with the Stars, and she did. When she was 17 years old, she did it. And then everyone's egging me on, you know, oh, you got to do it, and it became this like little childhood dream to return back a decade later. It's like this family 10 years later are just like embracing me. It's amazing. You never know who's going to be in the studio. Like, you walk in there and it is just, you never know who you're going to be with. It brings together people of every different walk of life. It's just like this show of, like, you know, absolute just embracing everyone. It's so cool. It's so cool.
That's what I'm talking about. And Terri, how proud are you? Even hearing him talk, I feel his energy coming off as he's talking about that. I mean, like, how proud are you of your son on Dance with the Stars? Okay, I know he's on things outside of that, but because it's currently Dance with the Stars, how proud are you of him?
He's just incredible, and I am very blessed to be his mother. And I think he's doing such a fantastic job because he has that wonderful work ethic and a real passion for life and that real desire to live every day to its fullest. And I think I really admire that about Robert. Like every day he bounces out of bed, not as bouncy at the moment.
I'm trying to bounce, but the knees aren't really getting
yeah. There's some days I have the conversation with him and I go, well, does your hair hurt?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, my hair doesn't hurt. And I go, hold on to that. Yeah. But no, very proud. He's working through just new areas, new things, breaking boundaries, and I think it's especially good for Australians because Australian men are not quintessentially dance-minded.
Come on, my mom said.
Yeah.
So I think he's a really good representative for men can do anything. They can put on sequins and they can rock the house and bring their message. And Robert's message of wildlife conservation and making the world a better place is what we all need right now. So I'm just absolutely so proud.
Love you, Mum. Thank you.
Make us feel good, brother, okay? You make us feel good.
You're a legend.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure, Terri. You guys have a good one, okay?
Of course.
Terri, you gotta give it one more time. Say it one more time.
Because I'm his mother, remember to vote. Thank you.
Russell, when you hit that carpet, people were applauding, going crazy. But I want you to know, there's another person here. When he hit the carpet, people went crazy. Your buddy Robert Irwin. He's right here. He's now a bona fide sex symbol.
Incredibly proud. Look at this, mate. Look at this.
Dance with me, Robert. Dance with me now.
No, let's get there. Come on, get
And I want to ask you, that's what I asked you. He took his shirt off on one of the episodes. Have you been watching him on Dance with Me?
Every week, yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think he's doing fantastically, man. It's just he's absolutely lifting my soul every week, you know. I mean, I don't know if you know, but him and his dad me and his dad were great mates, and so I watched him grow up, you know. Robert was actually at my son Charlie's christening when he was like 2 years old, so I've seen him grow, and I'm just so unreasonably proud of who he is as a person. He's just such a solid young man, you know. So
he's taking the sex symbol thing okay. You think he's handling it okay?
he would have no concept of what you even mean by that. You know, the thing about Robert, he's intellectually superior, but he's also innocent as the day is long, which is what makes him such a beautiful boy.
I saw this 2 nights ago, brother.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I got a lot to talk to you about, man. The accent first. The accent and learning German. How did you prepare for this character in general?
Well, I actually, I didn't go the route of having a dialect coach. I met a girl in Germany. In Germany in the early 2000s, and we were friends, and she's sort of like a media personality in Germany. And I just had an idea that for this particular film I had to have somebody who was a German language speaker with me all the time, because there were language components as well as the accent, you know. And I knew her to be very intelligent, so I just called her up out of the blue and said, hey, any chance you'd want to work with me on this film? And she said yes. So, and I think there's a certain level of authenticity with that, because I wasn't approaching the language as simply as a series of numbers or something, you know, or sounds. I was talking to somebody who was a German speaker, and so there's a level of nuance she was able to give me. And also because she knows the language and knows the country, there are specifically Bavarian, southern German influences in the accent and the language it used, because that's where Goering came from.
Well, people like her and other people, or audiences, when they see a film like this, what do you hope they take away when they watch this?
Oh, that's
a lot of things I didn't know about this. I didn't know a lot.
Right. Well, that's a gigantic thing to ask, because what you would hope people will take away from this is complicated and nuanced and full. You know, one of the words that people have used to me a lot when they're talking about the after experience of the film, the post film, is that it's haunting and it keeps coming back to them. And I think that's, you know, when you get the opportunity or you get lucky enough to make a film that has an effect on people like that, it's a great thing.
I mean, 17 pages I read, Russell, that you and Michael Shannon took on the challenge, said, you know, we're going to try to do this in one take. Of course, and I even talked to the director, James. He was like, even the extras were applauding. What was it like filming scenes like that with Michael Shannon?
Well, that was, you know, it was a brilliant thing, you know. Now, I worked with Michael years ago on Man of Steel, Yeah, he played General Zod, and I played Jor-El, Superman's dad, you know. So we'd done this really complicated, big fight scene together years ago. And we'd been side by side in the gym together for 3 months. So we're friends, you know. And I also very much am aware of how good an actor Michael is. So when I realized that they'd scheduled that particular scene that you're talking about, which was 17 pages long for 4 shooting days, I was a bit, you know, it's a lot, but, you know, 17 pages is not unmanageable, but it's just like nobody serious-minded would schedule that for 1 day, you know. It would be very irresponsible to do that, you know. But I talked to Michael about it. I said, how do you feel about it? And he goes, well, I was hoping you'd bring this up because I don't think we need that much time. And I said, I don't think we need that much time either. So we brought Jamie into the conversation, and I could see while we were talking to Jamie this idea of shooting 17 pages in a day. He wasn't afraid of it. I think it was in fact what he'd hoped for. But like I said, it would be completely irresponsible to schedule that, you know. And Jamie said, well, you know, we could do that, but, you know, I've been told by production that it's not humanly possible. And so I said to Jamie, I said, but you're talking about me and Michael. We're from Krypton. So it was, you know, probably one of, if not the most sort of internally satisfying days on a film set that I've ever had. You know, Michael is an absolute gunfighter. I love him and respect him, and he was able to bring something fresh to every single take that we did. And it was a gigantic journey every take, but it's like, you know, when you're working with a man like that, it just makes it easy, you know.